Hello and welcome to India Today. I am Sanjay Ponnappa.
And this is Maruti Acharya, and we just completed watching the latest Malayalam pan-India film Lokah Chapter 1 Chandra. Sanjay,
It was a very impressive experience. I was totally impressed by the world they've created. Little bit here and there, yes, there are some complaints, all of that is there. But at the end of the day, for the kind of attempt they made and the world that is being built, it's not just Chandra, the world of Lokah that is being built.
Correct.
It was just really impressive.
definitely universe with a lot of potential. First hit, banger. My experience of watching the film, I am genuinely impressed with the substance of the film. Style, yes, and there are some portions where the budget is evident. Style, satisfied, but substance, my god, so much material. That is where the merit lies. Beautiful material, beautifully fleshed out characters. Thoroughly impressed with the substance. Let's get into the details. Sanjay, what worked for you on the film?
First thing that worked for me in the film is the story they built. So after the trailer, the teaser, whatever we saw, no, there's always this little bit of a fear about how are they going to pull off all the superheroes.
Correct.
The superpowers, how is that going to be shown in the
Correct.
film? Feel like the story, the kind of characters, what mythology they chose to talk about,
Yeah.
all these things actually was a really smart move. And for a first film, picking this film, a big risk.
Big
right?
risk.
If you want to establish a universe, the kind of names that is popping up in the universe, for an establishment, maybe one of those names should have been there. This is a risky move, but I felt like it is worth the risk because the story has that amount of material.
What really worked for me is how they tried to be as different as what this fantasy superhero genre usually attempts. Bold that they have attempted it in the first movie itself, because if we take any typical superhero or any fantasy element involved films, right, there is a savior complex attached to it naturally. There is a person, either there's a backstory, the character struggles and he becomes the superhero. That is the one arc that we usually see. Or there's a village, or there is a bunch of people, some community, somebody who needs savior, there is a badass villain, and the superhero should match to the level where he can have that tucker with that villain. So that is how usually most of the superhero movies are structured. But here it is totally different. The characters, their problems, their dimensions, how they've been handled, how normal people are entering the world, how are they related to these characters, all of this is very, very fresh, because of which I really, really appreciate the film.
See, with Lokah, you can make out that there is a structure. But what makes it different is that, like he said, it's not an attempt to save somebody. The story is still very personal. There are some moves, there are some things which happens which isn't something a superhero does. So there is a lot of things at a personal level that is happening over there, which makes it unique. Is it a superhero film? In my opinion, I don't think so. Quoting one dialogue from the film, I don't think it is a spoiler. It is kind of a superhero film. Keeping that in mind, bringing this whole unique myths, mysteries and all of it, I felt, oh, this is nice, this is nice, this is nice. There's a lot of ideas that is just aligning together.
Correct.
And when it aligned together, it sat right. It's not ideas to ideas to ideas.
Correct.
It was a story that is developed, which makes me even more, intrigued towards what is going to happen next. The background music also was good. The cinematography, all of it complemented what was going on. The whole color palette, the themes they chose. To give an example, the color palette was almost similar to what was there in Salar's climax fight scene. Very
A very
rich.
John Wick.
Very John
John
Wick,
Wick.
a very samurai filmish picturization. All of that was there, which was really interesting. I was wondering where in Bangalore can I find this, because the whole thing is set in Bangalore.
Correct.
And my God, is this a new shade? We've had films talking about the underworld and all of that here.
Correct.
We've seen some Kannada films, for example, Salaga and Bhima, which is really gritty and real and as it is.
Correct.
But this
Yeah.
Bangalore was nothing short of a New York underground, down street, Chinatown, none of that. Bangalore was right up there.
Another strong quality of the film is world building. Adding on to what he said, yes, Bangalore, the story is the core of the story is set in Bangalore. It doesn't feel like it is a different city, or it is so different than what the city actually is. But the way they have visualized it, the way they have captured it, the way they have given lighting,
Yeah,
production design.
the mingling of what the actual roads are, what the actual, places to go, the
Correct.
go-to places in Bangalore, they've shown all of that. There's Koramangala, there's the busy street, the clubbing street, there's Hard Rock Cafe, all of that is there. But at the same time, there is also this.
Yeah, it is Dominic Arun's world of Bangalore. The world that they have envisioned and they've created with lighting, production design, cinematography is beautiful. It will definitely take you into their world. And characters and their writing definitely complemented. I think it is Sandy Master who played that role. He's there in the trailer also. The cop, basically, there's a cop in the trailer also, right? He really stood out for me. Beautifully written. This is just one example. Most of the characters, again,
Talking about the demerits, let me start with on a lighter note, the Kannada in the film.
Oh, yeah.
Kudos to the attempt. Yeah, a lot of people did seem like they were putting in a lot of effort, but still, as a Kannadiga, it was kind of funny to listen to that.
see, there is I am a non-Kannadiga, I also talk Kannada, but it is evident that I am a non-Kannadiga. But the Kannada used in this film feels, it's a different Kannada altogether.
Half of the people, the Kannada they were speaking was actually very hard to understand. If you're giving a character and a name which is very rooted in Karnataka and then making him speak in Tamil and then the Kannada is like that it kind of puts you out of what it is, especially if you know what
the
this
language is.
language is. I don't think people who aren't aware of it will have such a big problem.
Kudos for the attempt of not trying to give a Malayalam dubbing in the background and making the characters talk in Kannada.
Yeah.
So kudos to attempt, but a little more in attention to detail is what we are pointing out here.
All the Malayali people trying to talk Kannada was really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely no qualms about that. That is a very nice thing to listen to. It was just about a few characters here and there.
Another thing that could have been a little better in the film is, especially in the second act of the film, post-interval, the movie kind of gets a little clumsy with its presentation. The screenplay, there are a lot of openings, there are a lot of characters, lot of plot points being opened, some being closed, character arcs being built. There's a lot of things that got stuffed into the second act of the film, because of which it feels a little overwhelming.
There were some places where there were convenient moves made, which was very evident. There were some places where inconsistencies, continuity issues, all of that. Plus, for as smart as it sounded when the film and the world was introduced, as the proceedings went on, the moves that were being made didn't seem as smart. I expected a little more intelligent moves to be made, so I would have appreciated.
Not a complaint for me, but I understand. But overall, for the attempt, for a big screen experience that they have offered, Lokah Chapter 1 Chandra is definitely worth your time. And more parts, more films in this world, and the cameos also. I am excited for a full-blown characters and their films coming out. Only condition is make it quick. I know it is Malayalam.
Hopefully,
We'll make
yeah.
it, but yeah. What do you think if you watch the film? Mention that in the comments below. We did watch Hriday Purvam also. That review is also on the channel. If you watch that, again, go give your review there. Here, Lokah Chapter 1 review. What is your opinion? Give that. With that, this is Maruti Acharya.
I am Sanjay Ponappa.
And you're watching India Today.